way out of here. Pull-up elbow jumper, that's up and through.
San Jose State, women's soccer champions.
They have completed the perfect season, 7-0. Has it. 15 seconds to play in a tie game. Spartans need a basket. Here's Omari Moore holding. Omari Moore to the left side. Lost the dribble for a moment. Gets it back. Crosses over. Throws to the right. In the corner. A high arcing three on the way. No good. Trey Smith the rebound. At the buzzer. Got it! Trey Smith from inside the free throw line. Wins it for the Spartans in the opener.
When San Jose State University's Tim Miles looks back on his career, it will be impossible to overlook his first victory as Spartans head coach. Trey Smith's buzzer beater on opening night brought the Provident Credit Union Event Center fans to their feet and marked career win number 400 for the man who's been hired to turn around the SJSU men's basketball program.
We looked for a program builder. We needed someone who was going to come in here with a different lens, who had done this before, who had built a program to succeed. And so when we looked at Coach Miles, he clearly came across as a program builder for San Jose State.
I felt like we could build a winner here. There's so many great things in place at San Jose State. It's a chance for us to put our own blueprint, that Coach Miles effect, so to speak, in place to build a lasting winner, and that's what we want to do. We want to impact our community, our campus community, and all these players and the future players coming up for the rest of their lives.
Now in his 25th season as a head coach, Tim Miles has won at every stop in his coaching career.
When you look at his background, he's been at institutions that have been Division II and built a winner. He's been in the Mountain West Conference and built a winner. He was a Big Ten Coach of the Year at Nebraska. He can win.
Upon arrival on the SJSU campus, Coach Miles set to work transforming the Spartan men's basketball program.
He demands the best out of all of us. He doesn't allow us to come in and just give half effort. He'll bring high energy himself, so when he's high energy, everybody else has to be high energy.
I always tell our guys, you have to have an attitude that craves improvement. If you're not showing up every day to just get better, then where are we in this? I want people to grow and develop. You know, you got to press people to get out of that comfort zone.
That attitude to crave improvement is already showing results on the court as players buy into the Coach Miles philosophy.
It's a transition for us all, but I feel like Coach Miles, one thing that he's instilled in us is stay together, be one, be as a group, be together. We've relied on each other more, we've held each other accountable.
I'm gonna, either by loving you up or kicking you in the trousers, I'm gonna get you better, and I'm gonna get you somewhere where you never thought you could go. That's what I want San Jose State basketball to be all about.
While winning basketball games is important, Coach Miles knows the positive relationships with his players is even more so.
Coach Miles and the rest of the coaching staff, I feel like they've really pushed me to become the best version of myself. They've worked with me on the court and they've done stuff with me off the court, like watching film and just wanting me to be a confident player because they know the type of player that I can be, so just really pushing me to become that.
I think the greatest part about being a head coach is that impact you can make on young people. We're all competitive. Everybody wants to go out and win the game. But if that's all you're about, I think that's a problem. So I think you have to step back and look at, okay, how am I making an impact? Because I want to be in our guys' lives really as long as they want.
A successful basketball program means not only hiring the right coach and signing top recruits, it also takes a full commitment from university leadership and support of fans and alumni.
I think ultimately what we see ourselves as an institution that has prominence in the Bay Area. Now we need to build the infrastructure around to support Coach, to support our student athletes, and to support this program as we move forward. And ultimately that's incumbent upon us as a university, as administrators, as our fans, supporters, and one Spartan Nation. We need to rally around him to be able to build a program that compete for championships on the court, in the classroom, in competition, and in the community.
The thing that's exciting to me about fans, the things exciting to me about alumni and current students is, you know, the one thing I want them to know is they can make a difference in winning and losing. They can make an impact. They can come to the games, cheer like crazy, and really energize the home team and really take energy from the away team. And I want them to know that, because I want them to feel that ownership and that inspiration of what it's like to be a part of a big home win.
The fans in attendance on opening night experienced firsthand the feeling of being part of a big win, one of many to come for San Jose State men's basketball.
What was so cool was, you know, I think it meant a lot to the guys. You could feel that they wanted to make this happen. They had said stuff in practice, and to win it that way with Trey Smith making just a heady play and then to knock down that shot was pretty amazing and a lot of fun.
400th win, game winner, you gotta love it.
As the weather cooled in San Jose this fall, the SJSU women's volleyball team was heating up. Going 10-2 over their final 12 games of the season, the Spartans finished with a 13-5 record in the Mountain West Conference, which was the most wins ever by San Jose State in Mountain West Conference play. For senior Latahevai Lousi, this year's success was validation of the hard work she and her teammates put in over the past season.
Our main goal coming to this year was just playing our best volleyball at the end of the season and making it to the conference tournament by being in the top 6. And coming here this season, I was just like, I want the Mountain West to believe that like we're a team not to be messed with. When you do face us, like you better come correct because we're gonna put up a fight.
We get into a 5th set and we have a pretty awesome fight or flight response, and it's always fight. We're not giving up. We can be down in the 4th, we can be down in the 3rd, and we're going to fight till the very end. And we didn't know that we had that last year, and this year we've proven that we can not only take a punch, but we can give it back when it really matters.
I think there's like a really amazing balance of just talent on this team and just the will to always fight and have each other's back.
That will to fight runs deep in the Losi family. Despite many hardships, the Losi kids could always count on their family, faith, and community.
I grew up in Fremont in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was me, my 4 siblings. There's 3 girls, 2 boys, my mom, my dad, and my grandparents.
We kind of helped raise each other. Parents had to work a lot, and so we were in a way looking out for one another. Food, making sure like everybody was eating, helping each other out with schoolwork and things like that. In the Tongan community, everybody comes together. Everybody chips in what they can to help the family out.
From a young age, athletics were an important part of life in the Losi household.
So with my dad, he's a big-time track runner. There was actually an article that they put out on him that he was compared to Carl Lewis. The same thing with my mom. Mom played a lot of volleyball, and she did the high jump, track and field. And so they were very active, big into sports, and kind of like passed that on to us.
The Losi boys excelled in multiple sports at Washington High, including football, basketball, and volleyball. Young Vi was always nearby, and her skill on the volleyball court was noticed at an early age.
Whenever we would have games, myself or my brother, like, she was always there too. You could always see her running on the courts and things like that.
One of our actually like family friends, she had from church, she coached the club team. And she seen me like just kind of like playing around and like it's like, oh, like you're pretty good, like do you want to come play? Like, and then that kind of like I guess put my foot in the door of volleyball.
I think she really took to volleyball, and I'm glad she did because you know volleyball is my favorite sport too.
While Vi's game on the volleyball court improved, her brothers were dominating on the Washington High gridiron. But it was on a tennis court where the Losi family would endure its biggest tragedy. Father Cedric, the star athlete that started his kids in sports, died of a sudden heart attack while playing tennis at the age of 41.
With my dad passing away and me being the oldest male in the family, responsibility kind of fell on me. And also I heard it from a lot of people too, like, hey, you are now the man of the house, and then you have to step up. And so I told myself, I'm going to get a scholarship, and that is how I'm going to help my family.
Cedric's play on the football field would indeed earn him a scholarship to San Jose State, and Vi was in the stands cheering her brother on with her family at CEF Stadium. When it became clear that Vi's play on the volleyball court would lead to a college scholarship for her as well, her choice of school was an easy one.
I looked up to Cedric a lot. He definitely paved the way in thinking that San Jose State is an option that you could go to just as far as when it came to college and sports. Although it is so close to home, I feel like San Jose is its own different kind of world in its own. A lot more diversity here.
I remember telling her the same thing that I told my brother. Just go wherever it is that you're gonna be happy. Obviously, coming here, I was like, oh, heck yeah, you know. But that was the main thing for me. It's wherever you go, just make sure you're happy. And now that you're here, I'm proud and I'm grateful that you're here.
Cedric is not the only one grateful to Vi for attending SJSU. Vi's leadership both on and off the court have endeared her to both her coaches and teammates alike.
I don't want her to leave, number one. She can stay for as long as she wants. So, but I do have dreams for her of playing professionally and going overseas and doing really well. And, I would love for her to pursue that. After that, I would love for her to do whatever she feels like she wants to do, whether that's impacting people in a positive way and something totally unrelated to volleyball, or she'd be a great coach. And she'd be such a great mentor on so many different levels. So I would hire her in a second.
For Vi and Cedric, their bond has only grown stronger during their time together at SJSU. It seems the only thing the two can't agree on is who's the better athlete.
I mean, I'm still the only one competing in the family, so I would like to say I'm the best athlete. So.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Also, not to be so conceited with myself and all, but I am in a record book here.
Me too.
Not.
You see my name in the record book, it's on the football team.
That doesn't count. What is that leg thing that you would do like this?
For the majority of student athletes, graduation means the end to their athletic career. San Jose State University's Beyond Sparta program was created to help student athletes prepare for a life after sports.
The Beyond Sparta program is an enhanced life skills program for our student athletes. We have education opportunities, internships in Silicon Valley, mentorships set up. Then there's some community service components to it. There's leadership training in terms of preparation for life after university.
What the Beyond Sparta program does is it really helps student athletes think about their whole person. So what am I going to do for my career? How do I start to advance myself? How do I build a portfolio? And within the Silicon Valley, there are so many amazing Fortune 500 companies that are looking to hire San Jose State students. And the Beyond Sparta program really helps them learn how to comport themselves as future employees. So it's an incredibly exciting opportunity and experience, and it embeds life skills and life experience work into the student-athlete experience.
Started by head football coach Brent Brennan in 2016, what began as the pilot program, Beyond Football, has evolved into Beyond Sparta and is available to all SJSU student athletes.
Student athletes, they're accountable, they're hardworking, they know how to work with others. There's so much value in the process of being a student athlete. Here we are in Silicon Valley, we're at San Jose State University, this great school in this great location with the best post-grad job market in the world, and we need to help our young people have a chance to, step into that space and figure out what they want to do.
The time demands of college athletics means internships must sometimes be non-traditional.
One of the main initiatives that I've had through Beyond Football, which is now evolved into Beyond Sparta, is being able to connect with the Bay Area companies, small and large, to provide internship opportunities to our athletes. The reality is they don't really fit the mold for traditional internship experiences. They don't have 40 hours a week. They don't have traditional schedules. They need to be able to put in hours as it fits into their commitments as an athlete.
When you think about the student-athlete experience, you have to think about the whole student, the whole athlete. You can't think of them as different parts. So when you think about what they're going to do, they have to excel in their sport and also think about their long-term career. An internship is a key part of that. And so creating these kind of experiences with a company like Adobe is incredible.
All right, Leslie, nice to meet you. Football and school is something I've been juggling my whole life, so I kind of have practice with that. The way Tobruk has set it up, everything goes in one direction. There's not one thing pulling you harder in one direction than the other. She kind of caters it so that athletes don't feel too stressed when they're trying to participate. So she has a lot of different options and a lot of different pathways that you can take to progress through Beyond Sparta.
The best thing about Beyond Sparta is just how inclusive everything is and just having different opportunities all over, so then you're not lost when you graduate. There's different things that you're able to do.
The ultimate goal of Beyond Sparta is to place student athletes with the right companies.
What you often see is internships can lead to future employment. And that's a really important part of the experience, is you get an opportunity to feel out an employer also gets to feel out you. So internships are often a pathway into one's first job and so forth.
I 100% expect me to work at Adobe. I love it there. Like that's the place I want to be. I know it's a place that will be a great place for me to kind of start my career at. So for this to be my first job, to walk into the world headquarters of Adobe in San Jose, California, yes, sign me up, 100%. That's where you will find me.
Something told me that it was over.
I love music. I listen to music pretty much at all times of the day when I can.
That girl told
I listen to all types of music because both my parents were singers. So I kind of have more of an ear for different kinds of music and instruments and different music, so I listen to everything. And so, I don't know, after listening to so much, you kind of like, I bet if I said this, when that beat dropped like that sounded pretty good. So you write it down, you try to remember the beat that it went with, or you write down the line that you thought of. So I got like random notes scribbled all over wherever with random lyrics that I've came up with.
There has always been two constants in Rico Tolfree's life: football and music. The San Jose State University linebacker grew up in Richmond, California, immersed in both.
So I started off playing flag football. I didn't play tackle until I was a little bit older and a little bit bigger. So I was playing flag, and then finally somebody in the grocery store got me with the sign up. So I signed up for a tackle, and it's history from then. My dad was always my biggest fan. Like, he had the cowbell at every game until he finally got up. He like, you know what, I'm gonna come to the school and coach.
A star linebacker and wide receiver at De Anza High School, San Jose State head coach Brent Brennan came to meet Rico and his dad for a recruiting visit. The powerful vocalist, known in blues circles as Big Cat Tolfree, left quite an impression on the SJSU coaches.
So we sat down with the head coach of the high school, Rico, and Rico's father. And Rico's father stole the show. Like, big, happy, fun guy.
My dad was just like, the whole meeting, he's just like cussing, like just cussing them out basically. Like you bleed, you guys better take care of my son. Just you better take care of my son. And at the end, they're like, we have never experienced anything like that. I'm like, it sounds like it's a good thing. Or like, yeah, we love you guys. Like, we're going to get along just fine.
Unfortunately, Rico's biggest fan never saw him reach his greatest heights, as Cedric Tolefree passed away right before the start of Rico's freshman season.
He passed away in my first semester at San Jose State, but he got to come to our 2 scrimmages that fall, and he was the loudest dude there. Like he was turned up.
After 5 seasons, Rico concluded his San Jose State football career with 82 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 2 interceptions, and helped lead San Jose State to its first ever Mountain West championship. But no matter how proud Cedric Tolfree would be of his son's football accomplishments, Rico knows he would be even prouder of the man he has become, an SJSU graduate ready to go off into the world.
Yeah, he's always my biggest fan. I miss him every day. He was always in the stands. You can always point out where my dad was. Always. So, yeah.